Does it irk you? No. Wait, does it irk you that Anthony's getting back at the radio and you're sitting with the selfie light talking to me in a whopping 35? No, it doesn't. Let me get rid of you. No, it's you guys are excited about that. I have no excitement, and I don't give a crap that Anthony's doing a part-time AM radio. No, to be honest with you, no, it's not impressive. Without Opie and Anthony, the best he could do is a 2-hour weekend shift on an AM station. No, I'm not impressed. Trust me, I'm not impressed. Oh, damn, Barrister 1401. This can't be good. He just gave me $20. Good morning, Hope. Beautiful view. The tall, narrow building behind you looks like Ant giving you the middle finger, sorry, while he does a syndicated broadcast. But please do not think of that every time you look out your window. I won't. You just wasted your $20. Barrister, are you turning into like a bad guy? I thought you were one of ours. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like there's when I think of Anthony, when I turn this stupid thing on, then the rest of the day, it's not even a thought. It's not even a thought in my head. I don't know. I guess people really need the Opie versus Anthony thing to continue for some odd reason. But when this goes off in another 10, 15 minutes, won't even think about him for the rest of the day. Literally won't think about him at all. And I thank God. I don't even believe in God in the regular God sense, but I thank God that it's been 11 years since I've seen that guy. I thank God. Thank you. Thank you so much. Larry Carter, Anthony is trashing you hard, man. Is he? Is he? I thank Anthony for all the trashing because it just proves my point that you've been garbage pretty much since the day I met you. So continue trashing me. He's just garbage. He just proves my point over and over again. He's just garbage. $5. Did you listen to Bubba's interview with Anthony? Bubba congratulated him and said this is good for old school radio fans. Do you agree? I don't know. I don't know what to. I don't know what to tell you. No, Anthony got a part-time job on AM radio. If it leads to a second shift or a full-time gig at WABC, then it starts to become impressive. But right now, it's who gives a shit, if you want to know the truth. And I don't know if it's good for old school radio because old school radio, they had a huge lead. They could have pushed media, they didn't, and they let new media just stomp all over them. And the radio business in general is in shambles. A company, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I think they fired another 300-400 people that work in radio. It's regular radio is a disaster. Where it's at is podcasting. Where it's at is live streaming. Believe it or not. Someone told me Anthony said that AM radio is better than live streaming or something. Somebody was trying to tell me that. I'm like, that's not true. That's not true at all. Now, the live streaming, it's kind of a mess right now because everyone's trying to do it. So there's not much quality out here yet. But, the live streaming thing will figure itself out for sure. I was telling my wife yesterday, a little behind the scenes of radio. So, when I figured out that you could do a podcast or a show with portable equipment, my thought was, let's go. And I did, especially when the Opie Radio podcast first started. I was wandering all over the place with my portable podcasting unit because I'm like, the only reason old school radio guys were stuck in a studio was because the equipment was so archaic. Big. I told my wife we were picking up my daughter from Pottery. Instead of thinking about Anthony, I was actually hanging with my wife and getting my daughter from Pottery. And then we went to a little play. And then I have a sick son at home. I don't think about Anthony only when this stupid thing is on. But I told her, I'm like, man, do you realize back in the day, when you wanted to do a radio show remotely, I remember one time, Brother Weeze in Rochester, he's like, I want to do my radio show from the diner. And what it took to set up in a diner was absolutely insane. Everyone had to be at the station by 4 a.m. We got to collect all the equipment. It was boxes and boxes of stuff. It was almost like setting up a movie shoot. And then they're running wires into the diner. And then the rock van would pull up. And then you had to hoist an antenna way up in the sky to get the signal. And nowadays, and this is why, if Anthony did say that AM radio is better than live streaming, he's cuckoo. He's cuckoo. Now, you could pretty much get your podcasting equipment, and you could do it from anywhere. That's why the live streaming is impressive. To be stuck in a radio station, that's ridiculous in 2025. To be honest with you, and like I said, the only reason that was the case was because the remote shit was giant and cumbersome, and it took way too much time to set up. Kyle, would it be good for MySpace if Anthony went there? I don't know. Look, and as soon as you say shit like that, then people are like, well, what? I'm not talking about me. I'm not stupid. Doing a live stream from my windowsill is not that impressive, but I enjoy the hell out of it. So when I say that Anthony doing part-time AM radio is not impressive, it's not. But what aboutism? What aboutism? What about it? I'll tell you, yeah, this isn't impressive either. No. And is AM radio more impressive than this? Yeah, of course. But it's not anything to brag about. It just goes to prove, without Opie and Anthony, the best gig he could get on radio is part-time AM radio. That's how I look at it. Bert Kreischer said when his life story was stolen by Ryan Reynolds. Okay, I think we could figure that out a little bit. There are people who sue and people who work. Here we have, there are people who work and people who talk about Anthony. Okay. All right. Thank you, Drew. You added a lot. You added a lot. I think I like it too, Drew. Don't, you're going to go, oh, he's laughing at me now. Yeah, I did. I laughed at you, but let's regroup, maybe rewrite it, and I'll read it again. Okay. You're still mad at it? No, I'm not mad. Oh my God, dudes, move on. Barris 1401. All right, JFK head. Bubba also said the ultimate radio schedule would be him in the morning, Opie midday, and Ann afternoon drive. Bubba spoke well of you, and Ann agreed. Yeah, of course Ann agreed. This is what's so creepy about Anthony. I said it recently, and if you pay attention, you'll see it for yourself. He plays to the room. So if Bubba's saying that's a great lineup, yeah, I agree. Well, what about all the times you're trashing me for being a shitty broadcaster? Oh, well, that's when I'm on the low-level podcasters and take shots at him, and I have to agree when I'm on those things. But if I'm on with Bubba, a respected old-school radio guy, and he's basically saying the lineup should be, Opie in middays, and in afternoons, Bub in the morning, and Ant's agreeing. I'm not surprised by that because the guy plays to the room, always has. I literally, I spent. There was a time I spent more time with Anthony than my girlfriend at the time, and for a while, my wife. And I can honestly tell you, I don't know who the real guy is. I truly don't know who the real guy is. I'll give you today. Man, was my audio bad, or are you guys messing with me?